So somebody looked at Antarctica, the coldest, most hostile, most nothing wants you here place on the entire planet, and said, yeah, but what if there was something ancient buried under the ice that guns don't work on? And honestly, say less. I'm already sold. I just need to know how I'm going to die. It's a co-op horror shooter from a 3-person studio. It just got revealed with a Steam page and I've been staring at the trailer for the last 2 days like it owes me money. Pack, we need to talk about this one because it is doing something most co-op horror games straight up don't bother trying. Okay, ground floor, Unfrost comes from Nord Unit. Small team based out of Russia, 3 people. Their last game was a mobile puzzle arcade title called Hyperformer, which actually picked up real indie awards back in the day. So this is not their first rodeo, but it is a massive swing. Going from a solo mobile puzzle game to a 1 to 4 player PC co-op horror shooter is not a small leap. That's like going from making crossword puzzles to directing a slasher film. The premise, you and your squad get dropped into Antarctica to hunt down ancient entities called the Riftborne. And here's the hook that got me. Conventional weapons don't kill them at all. The only thing that can put a Riftborne down is a correctly configured nuclear strike. So this isn't a shoot the monster until numbers go down to 0. This is a gather evidence, figure out what actually hurts it, dial it in a nuke, launch it, and then outrun your own bomb. That last part is doing a lot of work for me. You're not just surviving the monsters, you're racing the clock on a weapon you set off yourself. So according to the developers, the loop isn't the usual 2-step investigate then extract, which is what basically every co-op horror game has been running since Phasmophobia made it into industry default. Unfrost is pitching a 3-act structure instead. You're deployed to Antarctic locations, abandoned research stations, frozen ruins, anomaly zones, and your job is to recover samples, scan anomalies, and actually analyse the evidence that you find. That analysis is what tells you the Riftborne's weakness, which then tells you how to configure the nuclear payload correctly. Get it wrong and presumably the bomb does nothing and you're just standing in Antarctica with a very expensive paperweight, and this is co-op in an actual functional sense. Not just 4 people running around solo doing the same thing. The dev blurb specifically calls out splitting responsibilities. One person's investigating an anomaly, another securing the area, someone else is hauling equipment through the blizzard, because apparently that's a whole task on its own. So there's a real division in labour here, which, if it's balanced right, is exactly what makes co-op horror actually replayable, instead of just 4 flashlights, 1 hallway. We don't have specifics yet on squad roles, classes, or whether loadouts are fixed or flexible. That's not in any of the materials right now, so take it as watch this space. This is the line that actually made me sit up. Nord Unit had explicitly said there are no scripted boss battles. Direct quote energy here, the creature's behaviour, the evidence available to you, the weather conditions, and your team's own choices are what shape each expedition. Every hunt is supposed to play out differently. That's a generally bold claim for a small team to make, and I want to be clear, I haven't played it yet. Nobody outside the dev team has really played it yet. This is a promise from a Steam page and a trailer. But if it's even half true, that's the difference between a horror game you finish once and a horror game your Discord is still talking about in 6 months' time. And on top of the monster, your other enemy is just Antarctica itself. You're managing warmth, supplies, and sanity while the environment actively tries to kill you before the Riftborne even shows up. The longer your mission drags, the worse it gets, so there's a built-in pressure clock even before the monster decides you're the problem. Let's be real, pack, co-op horror is a packed genre right now. Phasmophobia sold over 25 million copies, Repo blew up earlier this year with something like 96% positive reviews off over 130,000 ratings. Deep Rock Galactic still out here pulling 10 million copies sold with people averaging 48 hours played. This is not an empty lane, this is a rush hour traffic. So what's Unfrost's actual identity in all that noise? Antarctic isolation instead of a haunted house or a spaceship? A creature that is flatly immune to your guns instead of a spooky AI tracking your fear level? And a terminal objective. You're not just surviving a shift, you're building towards one final irreversible move. That's a different shape than most of what's out there right now, and honestly, different is exactly what this genre needs. Straight talk on where things stand. Unfrost has a live Steam page, it's wishlist only right now, and there is no release date, no price, no confirmed release window that I could find anywhere. Not on the Steam page, not on the dev's own site, so anyone telling you release month right now is just guessing. But what we do know is PC via Steam, 1 to 4 players, and it's being built by a team of 3, which, respect. Honestly, that's an ambitious project for a 3-person shop. So what's Unfrost Antarctica? Ancient horrors, nukes, and a puzzle solution instead of a last resort. I've got it wishlisted. I'll be tracking this one for you as more comes out. If Nord Unit actually delivers on that no scripted encounters promise, this could be one of the more interesting co-op horror drops this year. Let me know down in the comments if you're adding this one to your wish list, and if you want more breakdowns like this the second anything drops. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.